Jesus, you're the center of my joy. All that good and perfect comes from you. You're the heart of my contentment, hope for all I do. Jesus, you're the center of my joy. When I've lost my direction.
Hello, my friend. I'm Gloria Children News to you. Today, we want to talk about the value of physical fitness, physical exercise. In other words, taking care of this body, this temple that God has given us. And so my guest today is Mrs. Barbara Lindsey. Barbara, when Richard Smallwood was playing the piano in the opening song, I thought about you. There are times when I've seen you sit behind your baby grand piano just playing something, whatever the melody was. And so the question is, when do you find time to play the piano?
Well, Glo, is it okay if I call you Glo?
Yes.
I'm an early go-to-bed person. And
How early?
Sometimes between 5:30 and 6:30, I'm in the bed, and so I rise up early. So 3:30 to 4, I'm on the piano, enjoying myself. The house is nice and quiet, and I just enjoy listening and practicing my piano.
Okay. Well, going to bed at 5:30 in the evening, I can't even imagine it. Well, here's what I'd like for you to do. Tell us about your profession and maybe one reason why you would go to bed so early.
I got in the habit of going to bed early because when I had children, I would come home and do whatever it is that I needed to do for them. And being a PE teacher, it's sort of...
a PE teacher?
Yes.
Oh, okay, a physical
PE
education teacher.
Right.
Okay.
I would be, I would be tired.
Yeah, that's kind of the word I was kind of looking for.
Yeah, and
okay.
So in order for me to get in the necessary things of my daily life, pray in the morning, iron, do a little sewing because it relaxed me. I would go to bed early, and that would give me plenty of time when everything was nice and quiet in the house.
Okay, all right. Well, we have some pictures of you. We know now that you have been teaching. You taught physical education for how many years before you retired?
40 in Inglewood and about 10 in Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles.
Okay, so we have a veteran physical education teacher with more than 50 years under her belt, or
Yes.
in years of experience.
Yes.
I'm going to share right now some photographs of Barbara Lindsey when she started out teaching. Maybe you're going to explain these pictures to us. Could we have the first picture, please? Okay, Barbara, which one of those would you like to start with?
The one on the left with the students in the uniform, that was drill team and pep squad at Morningside High School. I was in charge of the drill team and pep squad.
And the next one?
The next one, I went on vacation at the top of the page. I went on vacation, and my children would say, "Ma, every time you go someplace, somebody would say, 'Oh, Miss Lindsey, oh, Miss Lindsey.'" So I went to Hawaii, and one of my favorite students was there with her family. So that's me at the top. And then the middle photo was when I was at John Muir High School. I was teaching physical education and drama. And then the last picture was Ethnic Day at, I think that's John Muir High School, when we would dress up in African garb.
Oh,
and so
okay.
that was me and some of my students. Hmm.
Why did you choose to teach physical education out of all the majors? Why physical education?
Well, I was a dancer, a runner, sprinter, and I wanted to do something where I could enjoy myself. So I was good at dancing, I was good at running, and I decided to pursue something that I was good at. I didn't have to really work hard.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. For those who can't see us, because some are watching and then others are listening, I'd like for you to tell them how old you are.
I made my 79th birthday this past August 15th, 1936, so I'm 79 years old.
And what she's come to do today is to show you some exercises so that you too can stay physically fit or stay in shape or keep it moving, we would say, just like she does. Okay? So with that being said, Barbara, would you share with us, please, some exercises that you would recommend that we do?
Yes, and I would like to say that I do a lot of line dancing now, and the exercises that I'm going to show you really are for older people like myself, to keep them moving, to keep them healthy, to exercise the important organs like the heart and some of the big
Let's just
okay, just show us.
Let's show
Okay.
us. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Now, you can use a chair, and for the older ladies, first of all, I would like to say always get permission from your doctor or your health professional to do these exercises, but I'm going to be using the chair and just my arms. And the one thing that I want you to remember, seniors, is to sit nice and tall, because as we get older, we have a tendency to sloop down. So if you take either side of your chair and push back so that you can really feel the back of the chair in your spine, sit up nice and tall, and just start with just raising your arms out. Just start raising your arms out, and then turn your palms to the ceiling and bringing your palms overhead, straight arms. And we have like a clap. 1 and 2 and 3. Now remember, keep your shoulders back and press the back of your chair with your spine. And then we can do exercises where put your arms up and then lean all the way over and try to touch the floor and come up straight and touch the other side and hold it. And then you can do it as you feel comfortable with 1 and 2, stretch it out, and 3, and also I bought this scarf because there are a lot of things that you can do with your scarf to make your arms, and some of us do have this fleshy part above our elbow. When you put our arms out, you can see that little part hanging down.
Yeah, little flesh hanging.
Well, yeah. So you can bring your scarf all the way down and you can bring it up and turn and down, up and turn, and go to the other side, down and up and turn on the other side. Okay?
All right.
And one more.
Yes, I think we had the chair pushed back further for the ball so that it can be seen.
Okay.
So let's push the chair back.
Okay.
All right.
Now, a lot of my friends that I line dance with, some of them have a walker, and some of them have bad knees. And you only can do what you can do when you feel comfortable with yourself. Now, one thing, I used to play volleyball, and I used to coach volleyball. And I use the ball, because I have 2 hip replacements, I use the ball to strengthen my legs, and I bring my legs up and down. Don't let the ball fall. Bring them up and down, up and down. Okay, and then for those who have a little bit more motion, a little bit more, I'm going to move this over here. Okay.
All right.
Jumping rope is one of the things that I like. I do have to be careful because you don't want to overdo. But people who really want to start jumping, start small. Don't try to jump all at one time because you know your knees and your mobility is not always that good. So I start with bringing the rope over my head and then jumping. Over my head and then jumping. And then you can graduate to just jump. Step over, then just jump. Step over one more time and jump. Step over. And then you build up to jumping 2 or 3 times. Don't try to do 4 or 5. Do what you can do.
All right now.
And that's it.
Okay. There was one other exercise with the chair that you were going to share with
For
us.
strength.
So please share that exercise with us.
Sure. I surely will.
Okay. And explain what it's for, please.
Okay. This exercise is really for strength in your upper body. Strength in your upper body. So you scoot forward, dig your heels in, raise your buttocks off of the chair, and go forward, down, as low as you can go, and back up. Down, and back up. Down, and back up. Sit, and scoot back. Okay?
Oh, wow. All right. All right. All right. Now, you've had a long and illustrious career. I know there's something else about you, Mrs. Lindsey. You were always looking sharp out there in your sweats, making sure that your jewelry matched your sweatsuits. So, would you tell us then a little about how you go about making sure you're always coordinating, and what's the lesson that you want us to learn there?
Well, I always wanted to be feminine and a lady, and I liked bright colors. I liked everything to match, from my headpiece to my jewelry. Yes, I wore jewelry as a PE teacher. I'm a lady. And just so it didn't get in the way of the game. But I focused a lot on having clothes that I could move in and perform in but also I wanted to look not mannish in any other way, but feminine. And so I chose sweatsuits, tennis shoes, and they used to always say, "That's Miss Lindsey, she's matching."
Okay. The Bible says in 1 Timothy 4, verses 8 and 9, as the saying goes, exercise is good for your body, but religion helps you in every way. If it promises life now and forever. So these are words that are worthwhile and should not be forgotten. So as we look at this matter of exercise, I know that you're sharing with us how to exercise our physical body, but the scripture is saying that there is spiritual exercise as well. So we need to make sure that we keep that in the proper perspective. Did you have something to share with us about this passage or any of the things
I wanted to share that Timothy does say that exercise is not profitable, but in context, what he was trying to say was reading your word, staying in your word, getting the word in your heart is really better than exercise. But we know, we're intelligent enough to know that when you exercise and eat healthy, it is one of the best things that can prolong your life. When in the olden days, people walked a lot. They didn't have transportation, they walked, and we have so many robots and so many things that help us to do our work today. So obesity has just plagued our land. And as a teacher, I was upset that they did not let the students take as the class of PE as much. They cut down.
What do you mean they cut down? The children don't take PE every day?
No, they
How
don't.
often?
And they, well, I had large classes, and so a lot of the students would perform basketball and drill team and not have the physical activities of everyday PE class. And so they took out art and some other classes like...
How about health?
We didn't have health. Well, some of the students did take health, but most of the students were limited in some of the physical education classes because of overcrowding or just too many students in one class.
What do you call too many students in one class? About how large were these your PE classes?
My classes were from 65 to 95 in one, I beg your pardon, 65 to 85 in some classes, and then 85 to 108. I remember having 108 students in PE
In
class.
one PE class.
In one
Is this
PE
a
class.
co-ed class?
Yes, it's co-ed, female and male students.
Okay. All right. And so then, oh, that's interesting. What you've just done is you shared that you had guys and girls in the same class.
Yes.
Okay. There was a time when I wrote about growing up in high school in my book, Letting Go of Scars, and how we had a female PE teacher and the boys had a male PE teacher. And every day after PE, we would shower And I remember feeling embarrassed because some girls were showing off. Some had big boobs and they were ashamed. Some had small boobs. Some had big legs, and others
Yes.
were skinny. And so we had all kinds of things that we experienced in PE class. And by the way, do the students still wear, well, I know they don't wear those blue jumpsuits that we used to wear, but do they still dress in PE, standard PE uniform?
Yes, we had a standard PE uniform, and but we don't take showers. We haven't had in the school I just left. We had showers for, I know, way over 10 years.
So what did the students do, or what will the students, or what do they do after PE class if they've really had some strenuous exercises?
Well, I implemented a emergency kit, which was a little kit that held sanitary napkins, baby wipes, deodorant, and after strenuous exercise or after PE class, instead of getting into the showers, and we did have the showers. Some students really wanted to take showers, but those that didn't could use the wipes to refresh themselves, and the boys and girls did this. So the emergency kit stood for a lot of good things, and the reason that I say good, because when you have so many students, and I was the only teacher, female teacher, you just couldn't get all of that in.
Okay. All right. Go on and give us some more of those encouraging words that you have from the scriptures to go
Okay.
along with this bodily exercise.
Okay. I went to the scripture, Amos 7 and 8, which reads, "The Lord stood upon a wall made by a plumb line, with a plumb line in his hand." Plumb line, spelled PLUMBLINE. I used it to help the students, which is nothing but a string with something strong at the end, to help the students with good posture. I put the plumb line on a wall, and the students stood where they could reach the back with their shoulders lined up, the chin and the head between the shoulders. Then you have the breastbone, the abdomen, stomach, the hips, the thighs. Everything was in order. And that plumb line, if you were out of order, that plumb line would show that what the student needed to do. So that was in Amos 7 and 8. So the Lord used the plumb line, which came directly out of the Bible. Also in Ephesians 4:16, it states, "From whom the whole body, fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part, maketh increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love." Now all that's saying is everything in your body, on your body, works together.
Yes.
And when you work this body and exercise, it gives you a feeling of completion, because you don't have the aches and the pains. You're eating healthy, and thereby you can love yourself and you can love others. That's what Ephesians 4:16 is about.
Oh, that's great. I remember you mentioned obesity.
Yes.
I understand that 50% of Americans and Europeans are obese. 50% is the last statistic that I read. That's very sad, especially since much of it is attributed to a sedentary lifestyle.
Exactly.
And so that's why we're emphasizing the value of physical exercise today, or physical fitness. So if you had anything at all to tell someone in closing words, Barbara Lindsey, about exercise. I know what my doctor says. My doctor says that many times exercise and diet can help to prevent a lot of the illnesses that people get. What would you say to those who need to become physically fit if they're not already, or who need to get in shape or stay in shape?
I would say get rid of the robots.
Robot? What's a robot?
A robot is anything that is used to help you to get over. I mean, you have your dishwasher, you have all of these things that, like you say, sedentary life. You don't have to do anything anymore. So get rid of them. And so
pushing a button won't do it?
No.
Push the buttons?
You should get rid of them. And then let me make this plain and clear. Getting rid doesn't mean that you don't use them all the time.
Yes.
But you have to use wisdom. It's good to get up and go to the refrigerator. It's good to, you use your remote to click.
Mm-hmm.
Get up sometimes.
Yeah.
And just, when I say get rid of it, it's harsh words, but I do mean that, because I know that part of living good and so forth, especially in my life, is being active. Exercise. I go to line dances. Well, I used to go 5 days a week, but now I go 3.
Oh, wow.
And some of those sessions are 2 and 3 hours.
Oh.
So not to overdo it, but my thing is get rid of the robots with wisdom.
With wisdom. Okay. Well, exercise is indeed good for your body. We know that. But I'm saying to you, my friend, if you are not getting up every few hours, especially after sitting for a couple of hours, then that is not good for your health. Get up and move it. Even if you just get up and walk to the refrigerator.
Right.
And then if you're thinking food and always hungry, well, if you're thinking food, try drinking water instead. It'll help to fill you up.
Excellent.
And then you won't want so much to chew on, okay? But I thank you so much for listening. I pray that the good news has blessed your heart today. And if you've watched this video and you feel that it can be helpful to someone else, please send them to rmcgospel.com. And I pray that the good news will continue to bless you, and that you'll tune in next week. And you have a blessed day as we close out with Richard Smallwood continuing to tell you that Jesus is the center of our joy. So everything that you need, God's got it. Look to Jesus and He will bless you. Have a good day.
Jesus, you're the center of my joy. When I've lost my direction, you're the compass for my way. You're the fire and light when nights are long and cold. In sadness, you are the laughter that shadows all my fears. When I'm all alone, your hand is there to hold.
Jesus, you're the center of my joy. All that's good and perfect comes from you.
the simple things in life. You're the music in the meadows and the streams, the voices of the children, my family and my home. You're the source and finish of my highest dreams. Oh,
you're the center of my joy.
All that's good and perfect
comes from you.
You're the heart of my contentment. Hope for all I do. Jesus, you are the center of my joy. Jesus, you are the center of my joy.